Hello, Max. How are you?
Good. How are you, Ryan?
I'm doing excellent. How about Ben? How about you?
I'm okay.
This is our special guest, Ben, from
Hi.
the Ryan and Max show.
The Ryan and Mac show.
All those episodes we've done.
I know, all 50.
Wait,
All UFO 50.
when you've been recording without me?
No. Anywho, welcome to our podcast. This is Starting Topic. Hi. You're further away and higher up this time, viewers. I hope you're okay with it, unless
I
you're
don't think they're
listening.
gonna notice.
I mean, the listeners aren't going to notice, definitely.
That's true.
They're going to be too busy listening. This week, I'm going to talk about the Steam thing that happened. I don't know if you guys know about the Steam thing that happened. You might.
I
don't know.
Are you talking about the CS:GO thing?
Yes.
Yeah, I kind of want to talk a little bit about that too, because I think I've got a different opinion from literally everybody else.
Oh, hot take.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
We'll have to fight about it probably. I don't know.
Maybe.
I doubt it.
Maybe.
I doubt that your different opinion is like that ridiculous.
I don't know. Like the way people are talking about it on Reddit, I'm like, are people crazy?
Oh, I can relate to that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like, wait, all you guys think this? It's all the same? Nobody's different? I'm the only different one?
So listeners, welcome to our show. Our guest this week,
Max.
our former producer. He used to be the guy who helped us with all the technical stuff. Now he doesn't actually work at the studio anymore, so he doesn't have to deal with this shit.
Yeah, now he's our executive producer. He just sits around and doesn't do anything.
Hey, I was in here. I was setting up.
Text him with tech support. No, actually, yeah, he did. He did
He
his
did.
job today for us.
I can't
So
help
as a
it.
guest, he ended up doing all the work.
I love it. It's the best. I don't know what to say.
Ben, what do you want to talk about today? Do you have anything?
No, I was like, okay, this week we're gonna have a guest. I don't need to come with anything.
Okay.
If you need me to like drum something up, I'm sure I can, talk about some Nintendo bullshit or Metroid or something.
I'm sure you can talk about Metroid. There's no doubt in my mind about that. But what's our starting topic today, Max? Besides the fact that it's Halloween, also Happy Halloween.
Happy
I'm
Halloween.
Yeah, you gotta show off the.
I'm Chucky from the Chucky movies. I don't know if that was clear yet.
Chucky movies. Is that what they're called? It's like the Chucky movies?
Isn't it Child's Play?
Child's Play?
Yeah, Child's Play.
yeah.
Okay.
Wait, does Chucky normally wear a hat?
No, but it came with the ensemble, so
I do like that hat. Like you can't
I think-
not have that hat.
I think the hat's kind of good on its own. I don't think you need the rest of it, but it does help with matching the arms, you know?
Lose the top, keep the hat.
Yeah.
Yeah, our people who are just listening and not watching this on YouTube are really missing out on this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the costumes. I mean, Ben's got a hat on. It's going crazy in here.
I've got the low effort costume today.
Should actually look at the camera real quick. That way people can kind of get an idea. Get it? He's Phil from the Phil Show. But besides the fact that it's Halloween, Happy Halloween, this is our Halloween special. Max,
Yes.
you have a starting topic, I believe.
Yeah, so I have been thinking about RPGMaker.
That's so funny.
I've been thinking about it.
Been
It's
thinking-
come back into my life, and it has a few times. Yeah, I first got to know RPGMaker when my friend Joe came over, and I think I was in like 6th grade,
6th grade.
somewhere around there.
That we would have been about like 12 years old.
He came over with a burned CD and RPGMaker written on it, and we popped it in, and yeah, that was definitely like my first experience making games, and I have to say I dove into it.
It was the original, or not the original RPG Maker, but the one that was on like a console, not the PC version.
No, it was the PC
No,
version.
I played it on the PC.
Okay.
I can't remember what it was called.
It was probably like
Was
the
it-
third or fourth. I don't
It
know.
was like 3rd edition or 5th edition or whatever it was.
Because they've got like 50.
There's
Yeah,
the
they've
50
been through a
different
lot
versions.
now.
Yeah.
A lot of different versions by now. But way back in the day, because for our listeners, I am also familiar with RPG, because Max is the one who introduced it to me, and I remember thinking it was the coolest fucking thing after you showed me some of the games you had made, and I'm like, I need this, I'm going to download it, I'm going to try to make my own games. Ended up getting a little bit frustrated with how it worked,
Mm-hmm.
but at
Yeah.
the same time, just, I learned so much about, like, game development just from that little bit of experimentation.
Yeah.
Stuff that I never would have understood as a kid. It, like, just something like, setting like an X and Y variable for like something to happen,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. I got as far as making my own sprites, just like because you could just take the sprite sheets and just modify them.
Yeah.
And I was already familiar with doing that from like making comics. I would kind of do that with Ben sometimes, or just make custom sprites. So I was able to like kind of come up with my own characters and put them in there, which was like magical to me as a 12-year-old.
Yeah.
And
I
then
was probably like 6 at this time.
okay.
I don't think we've ever talked about it on the podcast before, but me and Ryan have bagged on RPGMaker a little bit in the past.
Oh,
But
100%.
as much as I've made fun of it, and I've made fun of a lot of games that have been made by it, like I genuinely love RPGMaker and like programs like it.
Yeah, just make it a little more reachable, you know, for a young person.
That's like kind of my whole thing is like I don't like RPGs, like JRPGs in specific, very much. They're not my bag. So RPG Maker has never really interested me. And the other thing about it is that it's very restrictive as far as what you can do.
You would be surprised.
That's kind of the point I'm getting to, though. It is restrictive, and there are people who can kind of take that restriction and go to the absolute lengths with it and do stuff that you just can't do in anything else. But even despite all that, I still think it's one of like the coolest ways to learn how to make video games, just by the fact that you get to learn, as opposed to something like Game Maker, which is just like much more difficult to figure out.
Yeah, a little bit more.
Way more involved, a little bit more coding depending on what you do. But
depending, yeah, you could. They have a nodes thing now.
They
which is cool.
they do. There's also codeless engines.
Oh.
Yeah, but they work the same way. It isn't really codeless. It's just the code's hidden.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, maybe you can elaborate on all that stuff, since you know more about this than anybody else I know.
Which specifically?
Various types of like simple programming engines that you can get into, like when you're starting game development.
So I work at an after-school arts program, and I run the computer lab, and we run we call it art club. So I'm not running, which I have in the past, like I'm not running like 3D modeling or animation or video game design. It's like, okay, here's the computer lab. Here's what I know how to do. If you have an idea, let's talk about it together. And so I was going to bring this up. So RPG Maker has come back into my life.
Yeah.
After all this time. I think I probably used it for like 6 months maximum, maybe back and forth. But I just had a student come in, and she was like, hey, I heard about RPG Maker. Is that something we could make happen? And so I talked to my admin, and they gave me the green light, and we bought it.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So wait, you've gotten like an official like school version or work version?
They don't
Business
have like.
I don't think they do.
No?
Yeah, I looked. Some programs do. You basically have to buy a bunch of licenses if you want the whole lab to have it. But it's just one person right now. Maybe more later. But it's kind of been like us learning together how to make it work. It's like she's got all these bats, and I'm like, she's got an NPC, and NPC's like, oh no, there's so many bats. I'm like, okay, what does he say when all the bats are gone? And so like we're like trying to figure out how you track that and make that happen. Like you were talking about like the XY variable.
For when the experience that made me quit RPG Maker back in the day was I was just trying to do a simple chest. You know, you see a chest, you open it, you receive an item, and then the chest stays open and you can never interact with it again. That's how it works in every JRPG I've ever played. And I could not, I would follow these tutorials, and I would get up to the point where, you know, you got the item and the chest was open, and then you leave the area and come back and the chest resets.
Yep.
And I could not figure out how to keep the chest from resetting.
You know what? I don't think I've gotten into that where you need like a global variable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it needs to be global for the entire game, not just like, because there's plenty of times where it's like it doesn't matter. You leave the room and it resets back to its default, and they never go back into that room. It doesn't matter. You don't need to finish the job.
Yeah,
but none of the tutorials I had was like, okay, but how do you globally make the chest stay open, stay persistent?
Know. Yeah, I don't know enough.
But that's RPG Maker like 3rd edition, version 3.0 or whatever, way back in the day.
It's gone insane.
Yeah.
There are versions that you can make like full 3D games in.
Of RPG Maker?
Yeah, I
Loving
know.
that.
I played them on a friend's like GameCube. when I went to his house one time, and it was like a full 3D thing, and it wasn't like sophisticated. It wasn't like Breath of the Wild or anything crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of just like an open field. It was like Pokemon is the 3D ones they made. Exactly the same thing.
Okay, that's really cool. I guess there's one for even like PS1.
Oh really?
Yeah.
So you could just do like a PS1 game.
Well, PS1 JRPG.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's 3D though.
I have no idea. I don't remember which one it is. I just remember going there, seeing that, and being, that's insane. I didn't know that RPG Maker went to that point.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
cool stuff.
the game engine that I've been experimenting with the most would probably have to be Godot.
Nice.
Yeah, I do enjoy Godot. Godot's a fun time. I do have the same problem though, Ben. Every time I go into like a course, because I got on Humble Bundle.
Mm-hmm.
They will occasionally do you can get like hours worth of courses that teach you how to make a specific game.
Mm-hmm.
And I run into an issue a lot where I'll get into one of those and it'll be like $3 and I'll get this whole thing. And I'll go through the tutorial, and then at one point something will just not work no matter what I do right, and I'm just like done now.
That's the part where you experience what it's like to be an actual game developer.
And you're like,
You know?
because like you're following the
It's
tutorial,
rough.
and it just isn't working, and you can't figure out why. You can't reverse engineer the problem, and then it's like I could try to figure this out more, or I could go play a video game.
See, comparing like RPG Maker to say like Mario Maker,
Mm-hmm.
like as much as I hated not being able to figure it out and eventually giving up, like I would call that a me problem, if that makes any sense.
Oh yeah, I agree. That I call that a me problem too.
Like Super Mario Maker is a game. It's not actually like designed to teach you anything about making games.
No.
It is just a tool to make Mario levels that people can then play online, and so you have an infinite Mario content. Whereas like RPG Maker, it was such a useful tool for like getting kids, getting me, getting us.
Yeah, totally.
Getting you
into
guys
that
started.
idea.
Yep. Yeah,
That's-
that and Digital Blue.
Digital Blue.
That was my video program.
Oh yeah, okay. Have you ever heard of Digital Blue, Ryan?
No.
Okay, you do this. This is another one of yours.
Yeah, it was this little purple camera. It was kind of this upright thing, almost looked like the number 7, and it like had a little viewfinder you could put up to your eye. It's about this big.
You're not going to be able to find it on Google. This is like
I think
This is not it.
It'll come up. It'll come up.
Digital Blue camera,
Yeah.
Camera, okay.
video software.
And yeah, it had like this base that you plugged in the computer and its own proprietary software, and it was like freaking awesome to me.
Don't worry, guys. It's on the Internet Archive.
Oh, nice.
There's no files.
Oh,
there's
you
no
can-
preview.
It's the actual software.
Yeah.
You found the actual software.
I
That's
don't-
so cool.
I'm not
Wait, can you
downloading.
just download that?
I mean, I'm not going to, but
I mean,
yeah.
this thing,
We're switching off of VMix. We're gonna use
Digital Blue movie creator. There's a Reddit link for under the subreddit Abandonware.
Abandonware.
Yay.
Yeah, I would use it. I mean, like, shoot movies every time I had friends over. It was like, it wasn't even a question. It was just like, it wasn't like, what are we doing? It's like, what movie are we shooting?
Yeah, okay.
That's another one on the list of Max. This is me and Max's kids. Max has this coolest thing. I'm like, this is the coolest thing. I need to do this myself.
Dude, yeah. And like, do the movies, stop motion, animation. It was like, yeah, it was a gateway for me for a lot of things.
Yeah, get into the art world.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can never really predict what's going to end up being those gateways.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like, here's a fun one. Alex, our frequent guest on this show, can you guess how he got into game making and like storytelling and stuff that he would eventually lead into RPGs? Because it is a weird fucking place.
I like kind of want to guess, but I can't.
You go ahead and guess. You're not going to get it though.
Story making.
Like, it was a particular game that had like a game making mode included.
Oh,
Okay.
it's not Mario Maker.
That
Not Mario
leads.
Maker,
Well, it
way
couldn't have
older
been.
than that.
Yeah, he's way. It would have been way older than that.
Yeah.
That would have been before I knew him because I knew him in high school.
Yep.
So I knew him probably 2012 to 2016. That's when I first like met him roughly. So it would have been. I'm guessing it's probably like a flash game on an addicting game or something like that.
No, it's
Wait,
actually,
wait. I have a guess. I have another guess.
Ooh, okay.
I think I might know. Is
Go.
it Spore?
Holy shit.
Yes, he's talked to me about this. Fuck, I should have got that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you guys remember the game Spore?
He has told me that how much he loves Spore.
I loved Spore as well.
I also loved Spore. It
I-
was very popular in my household.
I only got to play the DS version.
Whoa.
It's not as good.
What's that like though?
Probably not as powerful.
I can't really describe it. I don't.
It's not a
remember very
3DS.
well.
It's DS.
Oh my god! I didn't
Right?
even think of that.
I don't know.
Question mark?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I know I played the Spore DS version, and I know that it is not as good as the real one. Because I remember looking up the real one later and being like, "That's what I'm missing out on."
For our listeners who might not remember Spore, because I feel like it kind of just disappeared.
Yeah.
There was a
okay.
while when it was first announced, and for a long time, it was a heavily hyped up game.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of excitement for Spore, because there was, frankly, a lot of promises that Spore was making. You know,
Yeah,
the
it's
idea
One of them games.
you take your single-celled organism and you evolve them through, like, a evolution
Yeah.
process all the way from that
You start as
single
like
cell to-
0 to planet size at some point, right?
Yeah, you eventually become sentient species, take over the planet, start going from planet to planet and stuff like that. And it kind of delivers on it, but not nearly as advanced in the way people were imagining it. It's just like
Yeah.
4 separate mini games that you go through.
Pretty much.
But the DLC that they added to it to advance on the late game, the space stage,
Yeah,
was
that
like
added.
a make your own campaign builder.
Yeah, didn't that add like
Oh.
economy and everything?
Yeah, well, you could design all that stuff yourself.
Yeah.
And that's
crazy.
what Alex got super into. He just like I can create my own stories, I can create my own adventures, I can set up all these things and have like other people like experience like my stuff. I don't know. He'd have to use his own words to tell
For
me.
sure.
I would love to play one of his campaigns.
I
That'd be
don't-
so cool.
I
If
don't
it's
know,
even.
I've never
we-
played one myself.
Okay.
That's the thing.
Oh, his
Like,
like
I think
Spore
I-
campaigns?
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
back
wow.
in the day, I was probably pretty derisive because I was that mean older brother,
Yeah.
You gotta have some of it, right?
Some, but probably not as much as Not, I gave him probably too much shit on
It's
it.
too much.
I was like,
Okay.
"What are you doing on Sport? Just make a real game."
Like-
You want me to pirate RPG Maker for you? We can get you RPG Maker.
Yeah,
That's a
use
little
it.
bit better.
He's a real game engine. Come on.
Why aren't you downloading Unreal?
Yeah, right. Was that even a thing back then?
Yeah.
Unreal
Well,
Engine?
Unreal, yeah, 100%. Unreal Engine came out in like 2000, I think.
Was it widely available like it is now?
Almost certainly not, but it would have been
Okay.
torrentable.
Oh, sure.
This is what I dealt with. This was my experience with
That's
Spore.
like a papercraft thing. That's
Yeah.
so weird.
This is the game that I played.
So that is a wildly different game.
Completely.
Okay, you're picking different parts there, I see.
That's cute. That's kind of a cool.
That's awesome.
That's a cool.
It was dope as hell when I was a kid,
Yeah.
but like now looking at it, I'm like, damn, I could have done that.
Is that Yeah. So is the papercraft thing, is that 3D?
No.
Okay.
Well, yes and no. Like it's kind of a 3D environment, but the paper crafts they work 2D like Paper Mario.
Okay.
Same concept.
Understood.
I'm looking at it and I'm remembering bits of it more and more, and the whole idea was the same as Spore, where you if you're a carnivore, you go eat the creatures, and if you don't, you have to befriend everybody, which is not as cool, but it,
Yeah, right.
I recalled it from my childhood, but this is the version of this that I played.
DS.
Yes,
Not
the
3DS.
regular DS.
Regular DS.
Regular DS.
That's also where I played the Lego Kingdoms RTS that I liked really a lot as a child.
Not familiar with it at
It's-
all.
This sounds super interesting.
I can
Sorry
see,
if I'm taking us on a tangent.
I have no idea if
That
this
was
will
the
be
original
findable.
point. Like starting topic meant like we'd start with a topic and then go on tangents off of that.
Lego
Yeah, yeah.
Battles.
Lego
That's what it
Battles.
was.
See, I'm the one who ruined that because I always want to
RTS,
talk about
yes.
like specific things like Metroid and UFO 50.
Hey, I think it's cool to have the specific episodes like this is
Oh yeah,
this is what we're talking about.
this is that good shit, dude.
Oh, yes.
I don't know where that's going. Open in new image and 2 tab. That's so annoying every time.
RPG
But yeah.
Maker, like I
I love it.
I have been surprised by what kind of games you can make with RPG Maker. Like this one I was playing, I do not remember anything like what it was called, what it was about. I just remember not realizing it was an RPG Maker game because the interface, that what I was experiencing was so different.
Okay.
You know, their menu system, where how you move the character around, it didn't have any sort of battling system or anything like that. And I did not realize it was an RPG Maker game until I went and opened a shop menu. And they were using the default shop menu that RPG Maker does.
And they ruined it with the shop.
Well, the default RPG shop menu does suck really bad.
Yeah, it's kind of very, very default.
But it was funny that of like all the things that they felt the need to like completely change, completely redo themselves to completely, I would imagine having to recode from scratch because they weren't using. It was like an isometric perspective. It wasn't a top down.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't move a character around. They just had like a stationary thing, but you just click areas on the side of the screen to like move from area to area. It was very, very fast. It was very efficient. It was very
In
well
an RPG
designed.
Maker. Okay.
Yeah, it was RPG Maker.
Dang.
And
And
that was
then-
where I was like, damn, if you put in the effort, you can make something really impressive with RPG Maker.
I also
But then why would you do that when you could just,
yeah
if you're putting in that much effort, maybe
you
it's
could
time
just
People
move on.
People have comfort programs.
Absolutely,
good-
that's very true.
I know a guy. He's this amazing music producer. He can program some drums like nothing else, and you wouldn't know it that they were digital drums.
Mm-hmm.
He uses this program from like the 2010s. It's got all this proprietary stuff, and he's like, yeah, I know it's like kind of crappy, but like I'm just comfortable with it.
This is a fun fact I know about a man named Yahtzee Croshaw. He's the guy who does zero punctuation, now fully ramblomatic.
You remember Zero Punctuation from The Escapist? Was that ever a thing that you...
Yeah, a little bit.
So
Kinda.
he does a bunch of stuff. He does like books. He's written books. He's made games. I don't know if he still does it, but up until he was doing his podcast style show, Let's Drown Out, he used a version of whatever Windows was available that he had downgraded to look exactly like Windows 98.
I love that. I
Love
love that. I get it.
And I'm
get
like, yeah, fair enough.
Dude, I just got off of Adobe. No more Adobe products. I'm not paying the subscription
Thank God.
anymore. But I love Photoshop so much. It's just that's a big comfort program for me. And I'm using Affinity Photo too, which is a great program. Highly recommend it. It had all the features that I wanted. It's a one-time purchase, but it's not Photoshop, and it's still like just kind of hurts me a little bit.
My comfort program for that, and this is, I'm quite embarrassed to admit, but it is technically true, is MS Paint.
I knew it.
Oh,
As soon as he said
I
it.
used to do so much shit in MS Paint, man.
Yeah.
And like, if I need to just do like some basic changes, that's still my go-to tool.
Really?
Really? Well, I don't ever do anything advanced. I don't Photoshop anything, you know?
Sure.
It's
Just-
the original MS Paint, though, right? You haven't upgraded.
I have whatever comes with current Windows, which I
That-
don't like as much back from compared to the old Windows 98 XP version.
You can go back and get the old version.
Oh, I should probably do that maybe.
Yeah.
They still have in the new version, do they still have that eraser trick?
I don't know.
You know
I
what I'm
can't
talking
remember.
about?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know.
Okay, so with the original version of MS Paint, you could select a main color and a subcolor, which
Yeah.
would be your left click and right click, and you could take your eraser tool and you could change the eraser so that whatever it would erase would be whatever your subcolor is. So you could say pick red, and when you swipe the eraser over something, instead of turning it white, the default, it'll just put a big red streak. But if you hold in the right click, it'll change anything of the main color to your subcolor. You'll paint right over that.
Okay.
So you select blue and you right click and you pass over a multicolored object, and it'll just turn all the blue red. And it was really fucking... So back in the day, you mentioned sprites and stuff like that.
Yeah.
We used to make sprites in MS Paint. Or, no, I used to modify pre-existing sprites.
Right.
Take like little Mega Man characters and turn them into Marvel superheroes or something like that.
Yeah.
And that was the easiest way. You could just take an entire sheet, make the eraser tool super big, and just wipe over it to recolor everything.
I did not know that you could do that in MS Paint. I've never experimented with it in that regard.
Yeah, and that's what I'm talking about when I say
That's
comfort
really
tools,
cool.
man.
And it's like such a funny way to do just like a recolor, like in another program, be like, oh, select this color, and then let's make all of it this color. But
Yeah,
it's kind of it's endearing.
It is endearing.
I don't know.
There's that reminds me of so the thing that I would equate that to is that's the sort of thing you do when you have to be creative to get to where your destination is, right? You have to figure out a way to do this thing and do it creatively. And that's the thing that they used to allow a lot in video games. And the example I can give you easily is CS:GO,
Okay.
which is going to be a great segue.
Is that what we're going to segue into now?
I'm ready.
It's perfect. It's a perfect segue. So in CS:GO, the way that you get up on high places is that you jump on somebody else's head and then they stand up. And it has been like that since the very beginning because it was never intended to be that way. Back in the day, Valve didn't think that you could be able to do that, whoever was actually making CSGO, because it wasn't like literally Valve.
Yeah.
They didn't know that. But then people started using this as a tactic and standing on each other's head and getting up to a high place. And then instead of like turning that into like a mantling thing like they would do in every other modern video game, they just kept it.
Yeah, it's just part of the meta now.
Now it's just a bit of a part of the game, and it's become part of the whole thing. And that's exactly what that reminds me of, that concept of you need to do something. You want to make this easier than it used to be, so you find a workaround that modifies it to be easier than to do what would be normally, what you normally do, the long way.
Yeah. Is that something still done today? Like, are people standing on heads and getting up?
You have to for certain spots on certain maps.
Wow.
There's no other way.
I love that kind of stuff.
Me too.
The another example of that, another Valve game, funnily enough, would be Dota.
Okay.
The concept of jungling, for our listeners who may be more familiar with League of Legends and Dota, they both have jungling. But in those games, you're supposed to go to the 3 different lanes and kill enemy creeps, are called, to earn experience in gold. And at some point, way back when this game was a Warcraft 3 mod and not its own game, someone figured out that you could just go into the jungle area where there's a bunch of neutral creeps that are like hazards that are, make the jungle more dangerous, and you just kill those for the golden experience. And they would save up more golden experience for the rest of their teammates who were, in the lanes by themselves by taking themselves out of the equation and getting their money somewhere else. And that ended up becoming an important part of the meta, to the point where in League of Legends, you have to do it that way. Like, they expect there to be a main lane, an off lane, a support, a mid, and a jungler every single time. And Dota is a little bit more flexible in the way they do it. Like, different team compositions might have different laning things, but again, it was just, this was a one player's like clever way of solution that became just a fundamental part of the game and how it works.
I didn't know jungling was originated that way.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, me neither.
I can give
That's
you
cool.
the Smite version, which is that the Smite ones give you special power-ups. They give you like boosts, like attack boosts. So that's why you have to do it. And the smart move is to always go and steal the other guy's jungle.
Yeah.
Nice.
The reverse jungle, or I actually don't know what it's called, but like going into the enemy's jungle, that's such a fucking ballsy play in those kinds of games.
If it's early enough, it don't matter. Yeah.
So CS:GO.
Yeah, let's talk about CS:GO real quick. So Max, you said before the show that you don't know what this is about.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I've heard nothing.
So I'm assuming you know about the CS:GO skins thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in CS:GO, for those who don't know, which is none of you,
And just in case you don't know, it's Counter-Strike Global Offensive. CS:GO
Counter-Strike
is
Global Offensive 2.
the very
Right.
common abbreviated to the point where nobody fucking even remembers the original name of the game.
Well, if
Eventually,
you-
it will
It's
be
CS:GO.
completely
you-
forgotten.
If you look up CS:GO, it pops up.
Yeah, it'll
Yeah,
come up
yeah.
on Google. It'll be like, you mean Counter-Strike Global Offensive? I'm like, yeah, CS:GO.
They had an extremely predatory skin market. So the way it would work, have
An extremely. This is the point I want to make.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, I see.
We
what
see
you're, I kind of see
okay.
your point.
Yeah.
But they have
It's
an
coming.
extremely predatory skin market, and the way that it works is that you can buy a case, you can open it with a key, and then that will give you a random skin. And some of those skins might be gun skins or knife and glove skins, which are the most expensive. And these have gone to a point that doesn't make any sense anymore.
Yeah.
Now these digital pieces of nothing will cost thousands upon thousands of dollars for
In the
reasons.
collector's market.
Yeah, and it doesn't make much
Are they
sense.
technically NFTs?
Like, yes, they are technically NFTs in the sense that they function like NFTs, but they're not NFTs in that
They're not digitally
they don't
unique.
actually do what NFTs do.
Like,
Okay.
the distinguish between them and what NFTs promised they were is, like, if someone gets the same knife skin as someone else, it is still considered the same skin.
It's
the same
literally
value.
copy and pasted.
It's not digitally
Right.
unique. But the thing is that these ones that are thousands of dollars, the drop rate is so low that they are functionally incredibly rare. Even though it's digital, even though you could technically copy it a million times indefinitely based on how software works.
Yeah.
Since Valve controls the entire ecosystem, they can control the drop rates, they can control the rarity, and therefore they can control the value of these items.
And the thing that they did very recently to sort of shake up this market drastically is they made it so that a bunch of low tier items can be traded for high tier.
Really?
Yes.
And this caused
It caused a market crash.
a huge one. Like the valuation went down $2 billion.
Yeah, $2 billion was literally taken out of the CS:GO market
What's
economy.
the total valuation of the CS:GO skin?
I don't
Market.
know,
I
to
have
be
no
honest.
idea.
I
Because
could
if
not
it's
say.
going down, two big ones.
I don't know why caps lock is on, but we'll just leave it.
That was me for the
Okay.
for the login.
I'm not seeing any numbers very quickly, so I couldn't say.
Okay, yeah, I'm just curious.
But yeah, it was huge. It was a very large amount of money. These are saying 2 billion.
1.7 billion is what it
1.7 billion, more accurately, probably.
Oh, hold on. There was a number I just saw. It said the cap plummeted from 5.9 to 4.2 billion.
Okay.
So the market was originally worth about 6 billion in terms of the
Yeah.
entire CS:GO economy.
Okay.
Now, I think this is probably a good thing.
Oh, it's definitely a good thing. I'm not
Like,
gonna.
this might be one of the best things Valve has done in a couple of years. Now, that's not necessarily a high bar because Valve don't do much
No. Yeah.
at all, but this is definitely one of the better things that they have as a company have done. Ben, what's your dissenting opinion?
Okay, so my dissenting opinion is that everyone really, really wants to fillet Steam and Valve
Okay.
and Gabe Newell.
I
for
knew we
doing
weren't going to
this.
disagree on this.
And the thing is that the CS:GO market has been, a nightmare for a long time.
Oh yeah,
The
like,
gambling
forever.
there
Yeah.
is a secondary hyper predatory gambling market that is attached to CS:GO. You know, like
Mm.
it's the reason why these numbers get so inflated is because the perceived value of these, or what do you call it when you've got a commodity and the value comes entirely from people speculating,
Speculator markets, I know that.
I guess, but like the value is boosted off of like a secondary gambling.
What's the
Yeah.
secondary aspect there?
Well, first of all, there are the loot chests.
There's
Yeah.
a loot chest and the keys, but is
And
there
then-
another thing?
You can take
Yeah.
those out of them and
Yeah.
go onto websites like CS:GO Lotto, which is the one that like they talked about years ago that T. Martin owned, where you will. It's the same thing effectively, but with different odds. About you put money in, real money this time, not Valve keys, not Valve Steam Bucks or whatever,
Okay.
into this gambling site, and then you may just get it's the same deal. You might get the thing, you might not get the thing.
Yeah, people basically build up giant libraries of these items in order to, have a secondary market for gambling.
It's re-gambled.
But
Yeah.
also, there's also people betting on CS:GO competitive matches.
Yep.
Sure.
List their items.
Oh, with
or
the
other
items.
If you remember,
That's smart.
Because I actually used to do that back when I played Dota. Because Dota
Yeah.
had its own market economy system. I used to be really into competitive Dota. I would watch competitive games, like major tournaments every year.
Mhm.
And there was secondary websites. You could bet your items, and you could get a whole bunch of items back. And since it was through Valve, through Steam, you could then sell those items on the marketplace, and they were worth real money.
Yep.
Well, real money so long as it goes to Valve.
You can't get it out of the ecosystem.
The way
Right.
what
You
I was
can.
doing, you could
Oh.
not.
Oh,
But with the CS:GO thing,
There's ways.
that's where the third party comes in.
Mhm.
Okay, I understand.
There's methods. That's why, like on those websites, you can do it with real money at that point. Another fun fact is that, technically speaking, it's not gambling legally defined, so children can do it.
Right.
So much like the sports betting thing that's been plaguing the country lately, if, as a child, as like a 14-year-old, you can just get into CS:GO and then suddenly obtain a gambling addiction out of nowhere.
Right.
I feel like every 5 years or so, there's some big fucking YouTube video of someone who breaks down how predatory the CS:GO like gambling economy is, how the
Okay.
market thing is, and every single time they point out it's like this is entirely under Valve's control.
Under Valve.
Yeah.
Valve can do
Changes
it.
at any time. They just choose not to.
Yeah.
What they just did is the biggest action I think they've ever taken to undercut.
It's definitely the most like reported.
But
I don't
they
know if they've
haven't
done other.
changed it, right?
Exactly.
There's
So
still
Yes.
loot boxes that the keys thing pisses me off. With the keys
all
too.
it did was change the value of these items, which for Valve doesn't matter because it is going to just make whatever new skins that they're going to pump out.
So it does kind of matter in a little bit in that Valve benefit more than they did previously.
Okay.
So what this will effectively do is lower the ceiling and increase the floor. That's what this is going to do. It's going to equalize because now the cheapest items you can get are now worth more because they can get the more expensive items. The more expensive items are now worth less because they can be obtained easily.
Right.
So all this is really going to do is equalize it, and more of this trading and gambling is going to happen on Steam as opposed to off. So those transfer costs,
Yeah.
those are going more to Valve. And that's a very fair point. You're not wrong at all. I don't disagree with you at all. That's just valid. Valve still control it. They've been controlling it. They've been profiting off of it for years. It doesn't matter if they change it now. It is a good thing.
I just gotta, in my opinion, and this is my hot take, I'm sure plenty of listeners will disagree, but I hate the Steam marketplace. I think it is the worst thing about Steam. I think it has a very negative effect on a lot of games that participate in the Steam marketplace. I don't like the idea of real money financial incentives attached to items in your game, period.
Yeah.
That is...
I feel similarly.
Especially when it is an economy that is controlled, that is 100% controlled by Valve, by a corporate entity. You know, it's not that much better than the Roblox situation, you know?
Yeah.
And we criticize Roblox like crazy.
Yep.
I think Roblox is like one of the most evil fucking games.
I wish it wasn't. Like, I wish it wasn't.
'Cause
like, the game
RPGMaker thing.
The game editor is, like, super easy to use.
People have made COD.
People have made amazing things in Roblox.
But I can't go to my students and be like, yeah, we're doing Roblox just because of all the reasons, right?
If your student, if you had a student come up to you, like they did with the RPGMaker, and be like, can we make stuff on Roblox? You'd be like, no.
I banned it. It is banned in the lab.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I didn't ban it. The IT team did.
It's still a thing.
It's still a thing.
I just don't get it. My sisters love Roblox.
Yep.
I never got into it. I tried. It was just not appealing to me. I couldn't figure out the way to do it right.
It's not the games, it's not the systems, it's not whatever the tools that they use that I'm criticizing. It is entirely the market economy that they are built around all these systems.
Yeah.
I will give the softest, most caveated possible devil's advocate argument that it is kind of nice sometimes to be able to buy a game when you don't have any money with a bunch of items that you sell.
I mean, I
that's
haven't
interesting.
bought a game on Steam with like money from my bank account in several years now. I've been slowly selling my entire Dota library of items,
Okay.
and that is paid for every single game I bought on Steam.
That is nice,
like a decade now.
especially if
That's
you're
cool.
poor in certain countries.
Well, I definitely am fucking poor. I spent all these fucking money on Dota loot boxes.
I had a question about going back to the CS:GO thing.
Mhm.
And we were talking about like kind of bringing down the prices of the highest stuff and bringing up the prices of the lowest stuff. What does that do to the third party sellers? Does this move like kind of screw them more?
So if they were sitting on a big library of these super expensive items that were worth a certain amount of money,
Yeah.
they just lost a bunch of money.
Yeah,
That's kind of how I'm
effectively.
thinking about it.
That is awesome in that respect. I love that they lost that money.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I really want to be like, I want to fight for the 1% of people who are doing it because they live in a zero tier economy and they just this is their only way they can make money. I want to fight for them, but then there's a million fucking people in this country and in other Western really rich countries who make a lot of money selling it to children.
I mean, I know it's a stereotype, but there are definitely Saudi Arabian content farm miners and shit like that who.
Oh yeah,
do
same
that.
with like WoW Gold and everything. It's
I'm not familiar with either of those things
No,
you just said.
You've never seen
there are.
So it's not just Saudi Arabia. It's
No.
just I have seen actual things about Saudi Arabian what exactly do they call it?
Farms, like item farms.
Yeah. They pay people to just play the game, farm the items, like in mass quantities. You know.
Yep.
It turns
Okay.
the video game into labor.
And
Just like any capitalistic system, like the labor that they're doing, playing the games, earning the skins or
So-
whatever, is going to the person paying them.
So
they can build the giant library of shit to use as capital in their gambling.
Yeah,
market.
yeah,
They're just diversifying their portfolio.
Yeah.
Basically, that's all they're doing. Like, it's like these oil fields and freaking
and some
skins.
skins, bro. You gotta
It's
get a
not
nice
just
CS:GO
Saudi
skins.
Arabia, it's also China. It's
It's
also
also-
there's U.S. There is
there's
definitely
US people doing it.
that.
It's just something like if you got a pile of cash, you're like, let me pay somebody to turn this into digital assets that might appreciate.
But
This-
some tech billionaire can literally just like start a company in Indonesia, like put a bunch of people in a warehouse with a bunch of PCs and just have them farm CS:GO loot boxes.
The more common thing is the WoW Gold.
Yeah.
Because that's been around for a bit longer, but it's the same exact concept. You'd have you pay 3 people 20 cents an hour, 10 hours a week to play WoW, and they just do farming quests and get their guy to the highest possible level the fastest possible way, and then they can just farm gold for 10 hours a day.
It's a weird one.
Sorry.
It's weird. I don't know. I just think it's weird.
I was gonna say, hilariously enough, back when, because NFTs, I think, were kind of killed as a concept by that one Dan Olsen video.
Yep.
Which, thank you, Fooling Ideas, for that. I wish he could do an AI one next. But
I also think it's because they didn't have anything to stand on either.
Yeah.
they didn't. Well, during the
Yeah.
height of the NFT craze, I was gonna say, the games that they were talking about, they would be able
The
to make
game
with
thing.
with
Yeah.
NFTs. The thing that they were trying to sell us on was exactly these Indonesian or Saudi Arabia, these content farm. I keep saying content. Digital
farms.
item farms.
Yeah, and we're going to be doing that.
And they're like, yeah, and that's the exciting new prospect. I'm like,
Yeah.
you just described the most horrible thing of all time.
You described
Why would
dystopia.
anyone want that?
Yeah.
But you can make real
Yes.
money.
What's
Yes.
that axolotl one he mentions in I think the Metaverse game,
Mm-hmm.
where you collect axolotls and you have them fight, and
Oh,
it's
yeah,
a card
yeah.
thing.
Yeah, it's horrible. It's
just
horrible.
awful.
The Decentraland, all that stuff. It's like
It feels like tech billionaires who are really big fans of science fiction, but in a
Yeah.
bad way.
In
It's
a
like,
bad
oh
way.
yeah, let's make Snow Crash happen.
Yeah.
Let's make
Exactly.
So, I mean, you say that, but when they were when virtual reality was fucking getting really popular, when Facebook started Meta and trying to use Oculus and the whole digital using VR for digital shopping and digital stuff like that.
Yeah.
There was another.
you were gonna do all your meetings in VR.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
it's
the
no,
metaverse, bro.
they're selling it as this is the
Metaverse,
future. This is
yeah.
the stuff we've seen in science fiction all our lives. We're gonna go onto the internet by putting on a VR headset and exploring the web in real life.
Yeah.
And it's well,
It's less
no, that's a
convenient.
terrible idea.
Yeah.
But that is what they're
It's not-
thinking. If you're to give them the most charitable interpretation, if they're not evil, they're not whatever, it's that they're just horribly,
what's-
dangerously naive.
What's that one? What's that one movie that Will Smith did with his son that was fucking terrible? It wasn't After Earth, because that was the one with John Travolta.
I was gonna say After Earth is one I remember.
Is it After Earth? Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. But it's the thing that I remember from that movie the most, because I didn't watch it, but I watched people talk about it because I was really into that for a period.
dog on it.
Is there's a moment when Jada Smith is in the room and she's just doing this to some random 3D model hologram, and she's just moving shapes around, and what she's doing doesn't make any sense. And every time I think about the metaverse, that's the thing I remember. It's
We're
just
all
this-
going to be doing that.
Yeah. they think,
I love that.
They do it in an Iron Man. Fucking Tony Stark has his
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
shipping
That's
around.
a great
And
example
everyone's
of
like,
that.
yeah, that's exactly what the future is going to work. It's can you actually imagine interfacing with a program like that?
It's
and
that
trying to make
quick.
things
Yeah.
work? It's
Well, he's a genius, so.
oh
Yeah,
he's
bro,
a
he's-
genius. Well, it doesn't matter if he's a genius. The fucking program's got to fucking be able to read his goddamn mind. Because he's just waving his arms
Just-
around and everything just works.
Jarvis is working overtime
Jarvis
right now.
is working over.
Yeah. It's Jarvis.
Real AI.
Well, now it's like Kingsley or whatever the fuck they call the new one.
Kingsley.
They changed it. Jarvis
Jarvis
dies.
became an actual character.
No.
Jarvis is
No.
Jarvis is turned into
Vision?
Vision, yeah, or whatever.
I
his
thought
name
that's
is.
how it worked.
Maybe my
Wasn't that
recollection
With
is
the stone?
my recollection. No, I wasn't in the stone. That was before that.
Are we
That-
talking about Marvel movies now?
Yep.
No, we're not.
So
We're moving
sorry.
on.
I'm so sorry.
My recollection is that in Age of Ultron, the best Marvel movie.
That's the one, right?
Yeah, my recollection is that he killed Jarvis. I could just be wrong, or maybe what he said was that he got him out of the suit and Tony had him downloaded in Division. Maybe that was the way that it worked. I can't remember very well. But now it's a different character in the suit. I don't remember who it is.
Why did
Okay.
you say it was the best Marvel movie?
Because it's the best. Oh, it's the best Avengers movie. Sorry,
You think
you're
that?
right. The best. Yeah, Avengers. Yeah. What do you think it is?
I mean, I remember being pretty unimpressed by Age of Ultron when I saw it in theaters.
I liked it.
I remember
I mean,
liking it.
also you got to remember that these are Marvel movies. The bar is pretty fucking low from the beginning.
Well, when Age of Ultron came out, I actually still gave a shit about Marvel movies. You know, it was still kind of a pretty exciting thing.
Was that your departure?
I don't know when my departure was. The departure was a very slow thing.
Mine was
not
much
like a
sadder.
sudden thing.
Mine was the very end. Mine was Endgame.
Yeah.
That was
I
it for
was
you?
getting fatigued by Endgame. I watched Endgame in theaters. Like I was actually.
You're
still
still
seeing-
going to the
I
theaters?
was still going to the theater watching movies.
Because you watched all of them. It's
Okay.
it's
I didn't
literally
watch all of them.
yeah.
I
But you
didn't watch
watched
all
enough of them.
I
Yeah.
watched them all of them, and I thought Endgame was fun. I definitely enjoyed the theater experience, and I went to the theater to see Infinity War and Endgame.
Yep.
Endgame is still a second one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, yeah,
So it
then
was a
Endgame.
two-part. And then after
of the
that, I was
game.
like, okay, Marvel's over. I'm done with this shit.
Yeah.
And then they made the Loki series. And it's
I
like,
didn't watch
oh.
any of the TV series. No, didn't touch any.
I watched the ones before that. I watched Daredevil and Punisher because I'm a big Punisher fan for
Really?
reasons I don't really know.
Oh, okay.
I don't like.
I just
it's
grew
just,
up that way, I think.
I guess I don't. I don't know. It's just I think it's a catharsis thing, but I recognize that that's not viable. I don't know. I like Punisher,
It's like you could kill the bad guys. Like that's his thing, right?
That's
Yeah.
his thing.
Okay.
and it's easy. I mean, it's not a good solution, but it's easy.
But it's easy. There's something simple about it.
The Marvel thing, it reminds me, because back to the marketplace discussion.
Yeah.
Okay.
The way money affects games, the way money affects everything, it always has a negative effect. For the comic book industry, when collecting comics was the main, drive, was what the people printing comics, they were printing them specifically with comic collectors in mind. Not comic readers,
Really?
but people who care about these characters, who care about these stories, the comic collectors. So they would do stuff like they would start new series all the time, specifically so they could have
first
your
edition.
number one issue, your issue number one of the new series. Spider-Man is a separate series from the Amazing Spider-Man, I think. Just so that they can have Spider-Man number one, and that can be worth more than others, and that can be bought up by collectors, and they can then speculate and then resell it and stuff like that. And it just made comics suck, and it didn't. The collector's market for comics didn't hold out that long.
I feel like the first edition would almost universally be like the least interesting edition
Yeah.
every time.
Well,
That's a good point.
with the collecting, the only thing that matters is if it's rare. Or,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, that used to matter, but then you take the retro video game market. I mean, if you've seen the Red Letter Media's video about the VHS collector's
Yeah,
market,
dude. Oh.
that's the same
No.
exact story. But for me, it's the retro video game thing.
Okay.
People will auction off like Mario 64 or Super Mario Brothers or like these, big famous games. For
The big one
millions
is
of
bad.
dollars.
Is Conker's Bad Fur game?
And the thing is that like these
Really?
games are not worth that much.
It's like $400.
They're not actually worth that much because Mario 64 isn't a rare game.
It's not a
No.
rare game.
It was a popular game. It was a really successful game. It got multiple. I call them printings because I always think about books and board games, but whatever you'd call it
Sure.
in a video game terms, like you should be able to find Mario 64 anywhere. You should not have to pay millions of dollars for an actual copy of Mario 64.
Is it millions?
Millions.
Millions?
Millions.
Mario 64.
Yeah,
Really?
that's what it was auctioned at.
Huh.
And they made and that's the thing. It's not actually that value. It's
No,
just like a
obviously.
deal between whatever ratings board that was saying that it was worth that much and various auction houses that were selling it that much. There was lots of videos on it, but like I said, if you saw that Red Letter Media thing with the VHS, it's the same thing. It's just inflated prices when they're not actually that valuable. They always pick famous things that you recognize because that will attract headlines. When the reality is that the things that really should be worth that much to collectors are the really rare things, which mean like shitty movies, shitty games that nobody fucking bought in the first place.
I would
Yeah.
think like
Yeah.
like film versions of all the movies, like actual film, like reels.
Mm-hmm.
Those versions I would think would be really rare.
Oh, they probably are and worth a shitload of
And
money.
those ones I could imagine actually being like, I wouldn't necessarily worth it because I would never pay that, but you know what I mean. Like, that's the valuation I could see reasonably. But a fucking VHS, fuck off.
Yeah, millions of dollars and stuff.
Millions?
Millions.
For a VHS?
Yeah.
We would
It's
break them.
insane.
We
That's
would,
crazy.
as children, I would like they'd get broken and we'd just like fuck with them. We'd break them in half and open up and do whatever we wanted with them.
Yeah, right?
And just fuck around with the film because that's what's going on.
Yeah.
We also lived. I also liked living in a town that was poor enough to where when I grew up there was still VHSs, despite the fact that we were well into the DVD era.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's how I watched Zoids.
Nice.
Zoids.
I had two old cabinets just filled with mostly home recorded VHS tapes, mostly from my grandmother. I had a recording grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Me
Recording
and
grandmother.
my brother were talking about different grandmother stereotypes. My grandmother was I have a VHS recorder and I'm going to record everything on television and give it to my grandkids.
Oh, I thought you were going to say home movies.
No, not home
That's
movies.
also what I
No,
assumed.
no,
I
you
was
meant.
thinking
No,
it was
like-
going to be you guys, but you got the.
No, not that kind.
Yeah,
That's
you-
a different grandma.
You had the
stereotype.
That's a
TV
diff-
recording grandma.
I had the TV recording grandma.
TV archive.
I had the I'm going to rent movies from Blockbuster and then re-record them on my own VHS tapes and give them to my grandkids.
That's a-
that's a pretty
that's a
sick
great
crime.
grandma,
I like that
though.
I
crime.
love it.
Yeah, that's a good crime.
Did you get deep enough into it where she would like if there was a movie on TV, she'd do it and then edit out the commercials by cutting them?
Oh, she wouldn't do that much.
That would
That's
be
a lot.
That's a lot, but that's pretty dope if you did that.
Yeah, she would get full props for that. Still does though.
That's pretty dope.
I think she has done it though.
Really?
But the thing is
cool.
that she was doing a lot of recording. That was a lot of effort, like a lot of extra effort, because she also had a lot of grandkids.
Oh.
I had
And everybody got copies?
Everyone get copies.
I had a great aunt who did the same thing.
Really?
They did it with DVDs, but they would just have like binders of fucking DVDs and everything TV shows. That's how I watched the original Sherlock Holmes.
Nice.
Yeah, because I loved Sherlock Holmes as a kid. I don't know why.
Huh. Yeah, I had a neighbor. They went pretty hard with it. They had like a room that was dedicated to all the burned movies.
Everybody who like does that and just records old media and just makes sure that it's somewhere available to people, there's like the best people.
Yeah.
Like you're one of
Yeah,
the like
thumbs up.
obviously you're not necessarily as high up in society as a doctor, but it's closer than you want it to be.
You may not know.
How close you are to being a doctor.
We value you. We
Yes.
appreciate you.
The best parts of society, even if you're underappreciated, except by us.
That's right.
I've been playing Epsilon, Ben.
Oh yeah, do you like it?
Oh yeah, I love it. I got the frog. It took me forever, but I finally got the frog.
I actually finally started playing as the frog because I was trying to go through each character one at a time, and the frog was the last one I unlocked. So I'm like, okay, I guess I'm gonna save the frog for last. And I had a fucking sweet build. I was using that bouncing wall, and I just was spamming the shit out of it.
I haven't.
What's the frog like?
Oh my god,
Frog's a wizard. Wizard frog.
He's a wizard frog. He's got a staff. When he
I
runs,
love a wizard frog.
Yeah, that's right.
when he does his dash, he surfs on top of his staff, like
Yes.
flying and he's like surfing on it.
Yeah, why not?
When he does his aerial attacks, he whacks him with his tongue.
I did have a very frustrating like realization as I was playing this game. So there's 4 characters.
Mhm.
There's Gadriel, Carl. I can't remember the robot's name.
Cider.
And then there's Brome.
Bro.
You start as Gadriel and Carl. I love dwarfs. Dwarfs are one of my favorite fantasy races, and they're some of my favorite people in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know any in personally, but I would love to. I really wanted to like Carl, and I do like playing as Carl, but I'm so bad with Carl.
Oh, is
terrible.
Carl tricky?
It's not that he's tricky. It's just for whatever reason my brain latches more with the Gadriel style. So like I'll play Carl, I'll do like 10 runs into this thing, and I'll get like no progress, and then I do 1 run with Gadriel, and I get like past Underking onto the next island, and I'm like, this is bullshit.
I want to be good
I
with the
wanna
guy.
be the dwarf.
Yeah, I started playing as Gadriel first, and like because the character I was least interested in, and I ended up loving playing that character so much that I'm like, every other character feels weird to play now. I just want to go back to my main, the one that I'm used to. Cider in particular was like, okay, I can't clash anymore because
No.
Cider's clash, her skill isn't like a big swinging attack that you can use to block other attacks with. It's this quick like grab thing that she does.
What's a
Clashing,
clash?
it's a lot
Yeah.
like parrying.
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's a move you do when you're about to get hit that will stop the hit and then let the enemy like fall down,
Okay.
and then you can do more attacks.
Sweet.
And then
How is it different than parrying?
because there is a different parry mechanic where you hit B, which does this kind of the same thing, but there's less of a window,
Okay.
and there's less of a impact when you do it. There's like less effects.
Yeah, one's harder to time, the other one, but
Yeah.
you can put it in part of your attack combos.
You
It's,
can.
Oh, in the combos.
I actually
That's very interesting.
I was gonna bring this game over to your house the other day, and I wound up not being able to because I don't actually own the game. I've been playing my brother's copy as player 2.
Oh, gotcha.
Ah.
It's 2-player too. That's sweet.
Yeah, the thing I love about Absalom is definitely the multiplayer.
Okay.
Do you know? I might try to see if it's out for PS4.
I believe it's for PS4. But the thing I wanted to point out to you specifically for your kids is that it's got an assist mode where you can just change how much damage you deal and receive, and just by percentages. And you can have player 2 just be on handicap mode so that you can play as player 1 with
That's cool.
a 6-year-old.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's cool.
dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
I
were
was like-
doing the Street Fighter 6
Yeah.
with the and I'm like I'm biting my tongue when they're going hard in the smack talk, and I'm like, I'm not gonna say that you're on like the easy baby mode. Like, I gotta do real combos, okay?
Oh my god, playing Street Fighter against very, very young children.
Who are very confident in what they can do.
Yeah, you just gotta let them have it. Yeah.
They gotta have that win, man.
Yeah.
But when they get a little too far, when they just go one step, that's when you pull it out.
That's right. That's
when
correct.
you go, you know what? I'm just gonna show you what I was like when I was your age. I had to deal with my little sisters with Smash.
Oh, perfect.
I'd let my one little sisters win. Do not tell her.
My
Yeah, that's a
experience
secret.
as a kid was completely different, right? Because I didn't have any adults. I didn't have any like older siblings or older cousins or older like family friends or anything who were like into gaming to be the one to, you know,
To be the
look up to,
bully,
I
you know?
guess, you know.
You had to be the guy.
Yeah, I was the
You
one.
were the final boss.
Kind of, yeah. Because out of like all my siblings, I was the most into video games. I took them the most seriously. I practiced them the most. I was just the best at them
Yeah.
until my brother Nick got
That
really into
that
Smash
feeling.
Brothers.
That feel. I remember. I'm like playing with Russ, my little brother, and I'm like, just beat me. And then it was like 10 matches in a row, and it like now it's like every game. There's no game that I am better at than him.
Yeah. I mean, so that happened to me too. Come to think of it, because like in my household, I was the best, and then we all started playing together. And I
Yeah.
remember Russell like kind of surpassing me. And when I was watching him play Dark Souls, I wanted to rip out my fucking hair because he was like beating every boss on the first try.
Oh my
Or the
god.
first or second try. Like he beat Quelaag on the second try. I'm like, how the fuck did you do that? How the fuck did you do that? He's like, I don't know. I just used the short sword, mash star. I'm like, no, that's not how this game works. That's not how it
That's
works.
incorrect. Wrong answer.
I was so happy that he got stuck on the Moonlight Butterfly of all the bosses
all the
that he got
ones.
stuck on. I was
That's
like,
good.
yes.
That feels a little better.
That makes me feel so much better about
The
myself.
catharsis is there, bro. Yeah, my experience, I didn't my older sibling, they didn't play video games and we didn't live with each other, so it wasn't a thing.
Mhm.
I had cousins who I had this happen with, but I eventually started surpassing them and they just stopped playing video games with me, which is really cool.
Oh
Yeah.
damn. That's harsh.
Well, they were like, it was like an emotional thing, but the where I had to experience this the most was with my friends, who I'm like still friends with, because the way that I got taught how to play Halo was, we're gonna play Halo, and you're gonna lose a lot until you stop losing all the time,
Okay.
and that's how I learned how to play Halo.
Okay.
That was
okay.
kind of my experience, because this was, again, at this guy's house with
Yep.
his younger brother, Russell. But Russell was like, let's just do the campaign. You can play co-op with me, you know? You don't have
Yeah.
to just die over and over again. I'm like, I'm still not having fun. I don't know what I'm doing or where to go. I could not control first-person shooters back then, especially dual analog.
Oh yeah,
Like, the thing that got me into first-person shooters was getting the PC version of Halo when that came out.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dude, the change is insane. Because when I was, for me, it just clicked instantly. I
Really?
had no issues.
Yeah.
I literally was like playing. I'd play like any video game. Like I'd play like Sly Cooper or Ratchet and Clank were my two favorites as a kid. And then I went to a first-person shooter, and there was no notable like work time. There was no area where I need to learn. I just got it.
It's kind of similar.
And then I gave it to my little sisters, and I watched them do it, and I was blown away by how difficult they found it. And I didn't realize how difficult this was for somebody who isn't like as brain dead as me or whatever, who's damaged. I was like,
Sly Cooper did all that. brain damage.
this has affected my viewpoint of everything from now on.
Well, I feel like the third person isn't that much different. You're still driving a camera in two different ways, and like, yeah, you're still strafing here,
Yeah,
and your
but
camera turns here.
I had an especially hard time adjusting, because I really preferred 2D games.
Yeah.
yeah,
The first 3D game I got into was Smash Brothers because it was played in 2D.
Yeah.
And specifically, Smash Brothers Melee had the adventure mode that was like a 2D platformer, and to like me as a little kid, that was the selling point.
What about like Super Mario Sunshine?
Super Mario Sunshine, So my first actual video game console we had in our household was a GameCube that my older brother brought as a Christmas present long after the Wii was already like an established console. So it was
Right.
like something he bought for like $40.
Hmm.
And yeah, when I finally got Mario 64, by that point, or not Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, I was far more literate in like 3D games.
Okay, you were ready to go.
I remember, I think it was actually when I was 14 in 8th grade, I remember playing a bit of someone's copy of Fable at
Okay.
their house. And
Yeah.
that was the first time I remember controlling movement and camera and being like, oh, this just makes sense. This works.
It clicked.
And then from that point onward, yeah, I don't think I ever had a problem with... I mean, still had a problem with first-person shooters, because aiming is so much harder than just rotating a camera around a third-person character.
Yeah, because first person requires a lot more precision.
Yeah,
I've never been
that's
good
true.
at precision. My favorite shooter is Doom, because you go up and you shoot them right in the face, or maybe just melee them instead.
Yeah.
I prefer meleeing to shooting.
Well, in Doom, you gotta.
Yeah.
That's how you get the... Well, at least in the original one, not the original one, but at least in 2016, that was how you got ammo and everything.
Yeah.
I think they changed that in not Eternal, but in the one after Eternal.
It's like they filmed
Oh.
me playing
Yeah.
Halo on the PC, and they're like, this is where we're going to design the Doom combat loop around. It's going to be this guy running up into people's faces and bashing them with the butt of his gun.
That's all I wanted to do in Halo. It's assault rifle, just full on, and then just sprint towards them. Bam.
Bam, bam, bam.
That's all.
I liked Halo. I remember I played Halo Combat Evolved like multiple times. I've played it cursed. Have you guys ever played the cursed Halo?
No.
No, what's that?
I'm certain I haven't.
Cursed Halo is great. So, it's a bunch of mods they've added to Halo Combat Evolved that rapidly change everything, largely for the worse. They added warthogs, for example, like the 16 carrier warthog, which just has more seats.
Okay.
They've added the grenades. Instead of the grenades being a grenade, it is a d20 that you roll and a random effect happens.
Oh.
And one of the random effects is that they just add 2 more hunters to whatever you're fighting. One of them is that they nuke the entire level, including you.
Really?
Just a 1 in 20 chance of getting a game over screen.
Is one of them a grenade?
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
I just had to check.
That's your nat 20. If you get the luckiest result, you throw an actual grenade.
And that one's the nuke.
I mean, I'm
The sniper is floppy, so it's just kind of, and it's got a giant shotgun reticle
It's
instead of a
flaccid.
regular one.
You've got a
The
flaccid sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Yes.
The pistol shoots backwards, obviously. So
Right into your own face.
you can only use it by throwing it. That's the only way to use it. 'Cause
Oh.
if you shoot you.
Oh yeah. Okay. You actually shoot yourself.
Yeah.
How far did you make it through?
I beat it. I beat the game like this.
Damn, I didn't know you loved
Damn.
Halo that much.
I don't. I just wanted to play the cursed version, and I was like, I'll play Halo.
I used to fucking hate Halo.
Yeah.
And like when I finally got that PC version and I finally played through the campaign at my own pace, not co-op with someone else, who's much better at it than me, just going at my own speed, I was like, holy shit, this is definitely one of the best games ever made. And it really did make me think a lot about, like, because I remember the Pillar of Autumn section at the very, very beginning.
Yep.
Just very early segment, like you open a door and then this elite alien is right behind it, and you don't have a weapon yet, and you're like, oh shit, I'm fucked, and then he gets shot by like a bunch of guys off screen, and it is that kind of cinematic scripted moment, but you're fully in control.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking that was the coolest fucking thing.
Yeah, that's what Half-Life did. That was the thing that
Ah.
Half-Life capitalized on when it
Yeah.
first came out.
That
That
going
first
back to
section.
Half-Life after Halo was like, holy shit, it was nothing
Yeah.
but that.
The very first section where
Yeah.
you're just going on the tram and you're listening to the thing and you fully control it and you can't do anything, but it's like, I don't have to kill anything right now. This isn't Duke Nukem.
Right.
Yeah. It's really different. It sells the world. a
Yeah,
lot
it
more.
really it creates it as a story game as opposed to just a shooter.
Hmm.
So cool.
It's cool.
The thing that I noted about Halo that I thought made it really interesting, but I didn't particularly like, is that it's a very good game design.
Yeah.
Because it is, you go into a place and then you have to now go out of it,
Yeah.
and that
most
is
of
the
levels
whole
are built
gameplay
like that.
loop.
Really.
It is one line. If you think about it, it's one line and then that line back, pretty much. You just don't go
It's
back
like a
to the pillar.
Skyrim dungeon.
Pretty
No,
much.
that loops.
Yeah, usually. Yeah, that's how the game works. You go in and you come out, but now there's flood.
No, there's
You
flood.
fucked up.
Flood
You brought the
pool.
flood. The flood's a weird video game concept.
What are you talking about? They're just zombies.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to be, but they're not because they're like the first fungal zombie actually.
Oh.
I mean, they kind of are, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't really think about it, but yeah.
You know, I've never played any of the other Halo games besides the first one. But I remember a friend of mine showing me the cutscene from Halo 2. But specifically, it was like the remastered version of Halo 2.
With the
Okay.
Arbiter.
Yeah, well, specifically I think it was Halo 2. But it was
yeah.
the creator of the Flood. It was like their god or whatever. It was this really creepy fucking like giant monster alien thing that had this deep, intimidating voice. And again, just super memorable, super fucking cool design, super fucking like intense cutscene.
Yeah.
Gotta
Halo
give
it.
Halo some credit. I miss Halo, man.
Well, there's the great Halo trilogy, and then there's a bunch of other games that aren't really real.
Yeah, well, I got
There's a bunch of other Halo games, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't follow.
There's
for a while.
It's Halo 3, then Reach, then actually Halo 3, then Halo ODST technically, but
I
nobody
played
gives a
that.
fuck about Halo ODST.
Played Reach.
Reach, Halo 4, 5, and then Infinite.
Okay. I didn't play any of the last three.
The only one I would say is any worth of any value at all in any capacity would be Halo Infinite if you can get it on sale, and that's only because Halo Infinite has a grappling hook, and it's really fun to go around with the grappling hook.
Okay.
noted.
But
Okay.
the rest of the video game is not very good. And they obviously, at the end of Halo 3, the whole flood problems kind of dealt with at that stage.
Yeah, because I mean, they basically completed the story that they were trying to tell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they had to create an entire... I don't know if they created it or if they just stole from the books, technically. The Forerunner part of this, where they created new weapons and everything for Halo 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the new weapons were all lame and not that interesting, and the new enemies were kind of lame. And then Halo 5, I don't think anyone gives a fuck about Halo 5 on any level.
Nah. I mean, from what I
don't know
understand,
anything
people
about
just didn't like any of the 343 developed Halo games.
Okay.
I think there's
I think
some...
that's how it is. It's like the Bungie
largely,
ones
yeah.
are all considered good, and the 343 ones are considered
I played a lot of Halo 4 co-op with friends, like on sleepovers, because what we do is we'd have one Xbox downstairs, one Xbox upstairs, and then 4v4, and we just go at it.
That's the best.
That was so much fun.
That's so much fun.
And the one thing that you can give Halo, 343 that Bungie never really did until Reach was their Forge editor. Their Forge editor for Halo 5 in particular was immaculate.
Really?
It was perfect.
I
Actually-
used to love the Halo 3 Forge.
Halo 3 Forge is cool, but you had to do a lot of weird stuff to get everything moving.
Yeah?
I remember learning with my friends how to make floating objects.
Uh-huh.
Because in Halo 3, you can't just make them. You have to stack shit on top of each other and then take
Then
all the
delete
stuff
it.
away. Yeah.
are we back to talking about like level editors and like
Yeah, we kind of went back there.
I shout out to the creation kits that came with any of the Elder Scrolls games, because Elder Scrolls mods are the coolest fucking thing of all time.
Pretty much,
tell
yeah.
me about that.
I've never used it, but I mean, you've seen the kinds of mods that come out for Morrowind, Oblivion.
Yeah, you
Skyrim,
know, like
stuff.
Randy Savage Dragons.
And that's basically just because they included the tools needed to make that with the game. Like,
It's
anyone
kind
can
of
do that.
the best and worst thing Bethesda have ever done. It's the best thing because, like, everybody, you don't play a Bethesda game without adding a million mods. It's just
No.
how you do it. But it's also the worst thing because now they don't ever update their games and make them playable because they know the community will.
Yep. And then you get weird situations like with the unofficial Skyrim patch.
Yes, I was going to
Did
bring
we
this
ever
up.
talk about that on the podcast before?
No, well, I mean, Frederick Knudsen kind of already did it. Do you know about this?
Yeah, have
I
you
bet
already
you
seen
don't.
it?
You talked to a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit about it.
So there was, ever since Morrowind at least, there's always been an unofficial Elder Scrolls patch for each main game,
Mhm.
where someone just develops a mod focused entirely on bug fixing.
Yep.
And that's it, because Bethesda games are buggy as hell.
That's supposed to be it.
You know, there's modders that take
Right.
it upon themselves to make them not buggy anymore.
Yep.
So the unofficial Morrowind patch is a must-have patch. The unofficial Oblivion patch is a must-have patch. But the unofficial Skyrim patch, well, something happened.
They keep doing weird shit where, and I used it. I was one of the people that used every time I would play Skyrim. I would immediately, the first and only thing I would make sure I had is the unofficial Skyrim mod. Every single time.
Yeah.
I never knew this. They would change values of things. They moved what was in a mine that's like the guys at Bethesda made. They changed the entire contents of the mine.
Yeah, they're actively changing content of the game
Yeah.
for what is traditionally, just bug fixes.
Which is funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny, but it's also kind of upsetting because it's like, okay, as a player who wants to play a version of Skyrim that isn't super buggy, there isn't actually an unofficial patch that just fixes all the bugs like there is for Oblivion and Morrowind.
I love imagining somebody who thinks these two concepts are the same thing. This must be patched. Like, it's going to be in the big it's like the bug fix, and then like, no, this cave is totally messed up.
They
That's
also-
exactly what it was, because it was always lore justifications. It's like, we're doing it to fix it in the lore. It should be this way according to like how they describe it in the game.
It's
So
like a
that's-
guy.
but
To be fair,
it's their own interpretation that most people just fucking disagree with.
to be 100% fair to them, the mine they changed a lot of these value in is called the Ebony Mine, and it notably didn't have any ebony in it.
Now see, that should be part of the patch.
But-
I would, okay.
The other thing they did that everybody hated and nobody understood was they added a bunch of Oblivion gates to the cities
Yeah,
without telling.
like they're ancient, they don't work anymore. You can't like use them to go to Oblivion. It's just a weird portal shape thing that's just sitting in every city, and it's like, wait, why is this here? Which one of my mods added these things to these cities? They're ugly as hell.
It's the big
And they
big
were
unofficial patch.
they were like, yeah, well, they would have been there at the time the Oblivion crisis happened, and it's like that was fucking years ago. They would have demolished him, you moron.
I'm just gonna say, it's like if it was meant to be there, then Bethesda would have put it there.
Yeah.
That's
I don't
give
actually.
the creators of the thing some credit.
No, I don't because I've played their games. I don't. I'm sure they would not have thought about that. But also,
I go either way on it.
yeah, sure. But like, they would have demolished them. Had they had an Oblivion
Sure.
crisis,
Yeah,
you're not
that's
gonna
fine.
leave this fucking thing in the middle of town.
No, I mean, I love like these kinds of things and these kinds of arguments. It's like, oh, were they meant to be there or not? And I think like games is such a perfect example of art that's like you pick it up and you change it, you do things with it.
I'd say that is something that is more unique to games than other, because like besides fan re-edits of movies, like I'd say the classic cases, the original Star Wars trilogy, you can find a lot of fan versions of those. where
Okay.
They upscale it and re-edit it and basically make the remastered version that they never actually got from George Lucas.
There's a person who
They're
did that.
upscaling it.
I don't know exactly what the
Okay,
right term is. I'm just throwing out jargon. Pretending I'm smart when I don't actually know what I'm talking about.
I think it might have been Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire, actually was famously had his own
okay.
his own edit of the Star Wars trilogy.
I want
Yeah.
to see the Toby edit.
I don't think he can release it legally. But yeah,
I want to buy the Toby edit on a black market.
I would love to see the Toby edit.
Yeah.
And the
come
funny
on.
thing is
The
that
people
they just
demand it.
wanted a remastered version of the movie without the dumbass shit that George Lucas added. So it's like the exact opposite of like the Skyrim thing. It's like, no, we don't trust the creator of the game to like fit his own lore. We're gonna redo it ourselves. Han shot first, damn it.
Every time I'm like, I want to rewatch the original movies. I don't have a version of them that doesn't have that shit in it, and I'm like, every time I get to that point, I pause and I go, "Fuck."
I always get confused
Why?
with like how do you find original versions or
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know how you find it.
Legitimately, I don't know. I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you.
okay.
I know how to find like less than legal versions, which I will not be divulging, but
Yeah.
like I don't know how to find versions that don't have this garbage in it.
But to get back to what I was saying, besides those, something about RPGs and about video games, about board games, anything on the tabletop, about games.
Yeah.
There is very often a DIY aspect to it. You know,
Oh, yeah.
Homebrew.
a homebrew kind
Yeah.
of thing, a part where the viewer of the art, the experiencer of the art, the gamer, interacts with the game in a creative way, and becomes part of an artist themselves.
Yeah. Well, it's more
What's-
than interacting, right? If
Mhm.
they're changing it, sometimes fundamentally.
Yeah.
What's the There's a couple of them, but there's like Time to Dick, I think, where you play a video game and you see how long it takes you to get to a point where you can draw a dick on the wall.
Okay.
Oh, that's cool.
The old one was Time to Crate, I think, where it took how long it took you to find a crate you can destroy. Yeah, there's a lot of these time to XYZs. There's the time to make a golden dick in Skyrim. That's the reference to Yahtzee Croshaw. We brought it back.
That's an interesting.
Oh no, Minecraft. Sorry.
I was thinking.
I was like Skyrim, really?
I was thinking about people.
It's a smelting recipe.
Source games, but that's also like a DIY aspect to.
That's
mean,
part of the experience.
Even when you take on a personal challenge in a game, something like playing it in a way that the devs never intended to do, like I'm going to challenge myself by not picking up these items or whatever, like that is you changing the experience and becoming.
Yeah, that's Metroid speedrunning, isn't it? Like half of it. Yes and no.
Like to me, that is part of the core experience. Like that is dev intended. But yes, at the same time, there is plenty of stuff that wasn't dev intended, where the community takes it. I mean, speedrunning in general,
Yeah, like playing Dark Souls on a guitar.
Playing the Donkey Kong bongos.
The Donkey Kong bongos. The people who do those are so weird. The one I think the craziest one is the guy who did it in like a fully 3D cube that he had to like move in real life with his body.
That's insane.
Yeah. I can't remember who it was, but they're really well known for doing this specific thing.
Yeah, I just remember someone beating it with a bunch of like electronic, like rigged bananas. They had.
Oh yeah.
Like, have you ever seen those science experiments? Where they like put like the cords into like a cucumber or whatever and use it. So they had bananas. That they had as buttons, so that if you touch the bananas, the body heat would send a signal, and that would be like pressing a button in the game. So they have 4 buttons to do like 4 directional movement, and they've got each buttons for the attacks and the face buttons. And they just got a row of bananas that they're slapping to play Dark Souls.
Ah, fuck! Roll.
Accessibility in video games. You know?
Yeah.
Right? Well, that's where I'm like,
cool.
Dark Souls doesn't need an easy mode. It's so easy you can beat it with bananas.
You can beat it with bananas.
Yeah, but
that's
gonna
be an
Donkey
idiom.
Kong way of
That's an
playing.
idiom now. You could beat it with
you
bananas.
can beat it with bananas. Yeah. That's a good one.
I'm waiting for that YouTube challenge video of someone beating Donkey Kong Bonanza with DK bongos.
That's probably way more difficult to do because it's all Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get the hardware to talk.
Yeah, and that's a lot more difficult with them.
Has anyone successfully pirated, emulated Switch 2 software yet?
I don't know.
Okay, so like I think that some people have, but they're the people who like are making the emulator.
Yeah.
So they're dealing with shit that we can't do.
Mm-hmm.
There's currently, to the best of my knowledge, no official Switch 2 emulator.
I love how Nintendo basically like put out a challenge of people breaking the Switch, and it just happened immediately.
Mm-hmm.
And
they challenged people?
yeah, there was literally a what do you call that? They put a bounty on like hacking the Switch 1, so that they could then use that to create like further security protocol or whatever.
Okay.
But like the Switch 1 is famously one of the easier systems to emulate. Like there is easier Switch 1 emulation than there is 3DS emulators.
Yeah.
Even Sega Saturn. I would
Oh
say.
yeah. Yeah, probably. Sega Saturn is old as hell.
It just runs like shit.
It's
I know what to
tragic
say.
too, because there's so many classic Sega games that I always ignored because I was not a Sega kid, and it's like the Sega Saturn games, Sega Dreamcast games too. It's like some of the coolest fucking games that I never played, never even knew about.
That Dreamcast worth looking into, worth digging. But my buddy Joe has a Saturn that he purchased, and we were talking about games, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta." I was talking about what is that? Burning Fighters. It's like this futuristic firemen, but it's like really anime. And like
you play as like firefighters.
You're firefighters, but you're in
I
like
think I remember
robot
this
suits, and there's like you can play as a girl or a guy. I probably have the name super wrong.
I don't think you do.
Burning
I just have the
Fighters.
game. Burning Fight?
No,
that's not it.
It's for the Saturn.
When I looked
There's
it
not
up
many Saturn games.
in this thing, it says anime style figures most notable from the Dragon Ball Z series. Oh,
It has
No.
nothing to do with Dragon Ball Z.
No.
I'm close on the name. I can't remember what it is. Though.
Yeah, I do. I
But-
remember.
I talked to Joe, and I'm like, it didn't run good. And he's like, I'm like, because it's like hard to emulate. And he's like, oh, it doesn't run good on the Saturn.
I'm like, oh, so maybe it was an authentic experience.
The Saturn is the one that you could literally just burn games onto CDs, right?
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast.
I don't know about the Saturn.
Okay.
Yeah, Dreamcast. You could just slap it in there. They ain't gonna stop you.
Burning Rangers?
Burning Rangers. Thank you.
There it is. the inspiration for that one show that I forgot the name of.
Burning
Crap.
Rangers?
No, there's a. I
Oh
don't-
yeah, you did tell me about an anime about firefighters.
It isn't about firefighters. That's the thing that got me. There's an anime. The idea is that it's set in a world where like there's a weird fire apocalypse that happened, and this is the aftermath, and a bunch of people now have fire abilities,
Okay.
and they all dress like firefighters, and they do in fact go fight fires, but those fires are made by other anime characters who are like terrorists or something.
Okay.
I cannot remember the name of it.
But they have fire powers. It's
yes.
okay. I think I saw that in like Adult Swim. Like,
Yeah.
Like years ago.
Maybe firefighting anime, because I can't remember the name of it. That's how you spell it.
Animes.
Animimes. There it is. Fire Force.
Fire Force.
Yes. It's okay. It's
I-
fine.
A
I
lot
like-
of efforts is that you could then show us this.
I like the
you know, that you think is
reflective
okay.
reflective tape in the design. Like something about that like speaks to me. It's like kind of mundane, like municipal worker, but like also like a cool anime guy.
It's an interesting
The
detail
thing I
to latch
loved
onto.
about the show, or like I guess kind of liked about the show or whatever, but the concept behind it, is I would see this show as I'm looking through stuff to watch, and I'd be like, I don't want to watch a show about fucking firefighting. That sounds boring as hell. That's
Yeah.
gonna be like a sports anime. I don't like sports anime.
You say that, but sports anime is like my favorite.
I know
genre
it's
of
your
anime.
favorite genre, but then I watched
I
it
don't
and I was
like
like,
sports.
this isn't about firefighting at all.
What?
We got crazy shit
make
going on here.
Fire?
I just want to watch beautiful boys playing volleyball.
You don't want to watch Free, the original Beautiful Boys swimming?
Free.
I've never heard of that actually.
It's called Free.
I haven't watched that many sports animes. Basically just Ippo and Haikyuu.
Yeah, so the fighting ones. Which one's Haikyuu?
Haikyuu is
Haikyuu is the volleyball
That's
one.
the,
Yeah.
that was really popular for a little while.
Yeah. There's also the soccer one, Blue Lock, or the yeah.
Haven't watched it.
I
I
don't.
watched Kuroko's basketball though. I remember that one. That one disappointed me because the thing I liked about both Ippo and Haikyuu is that they were so obsessed with the sports themselves that those parts of the anime where like everyone else is just watching the thing happen and explaining what's happening so that you can know how cool it is. It's like, oh, he's using his powers in this cool fucking way. That's my least favorite part of anime, when they're explaining the fucking system.
They're telling
that
you
is
how it
invented
works.
By the anime.
They
So that-
they got to do it.
But like when they're doing that in a sports anime, they're explaining the actual sport, and it's like, oh my god, I didn't know volleyball was taken this seriously by people, but it is, man. It fucking is. Have you met a volleyball nut?
So do that with other like you're just learning about volleyball, right?
Yeah, and with Ippo, it's even better because it's about boxing, so you're just learning about fighting. And
Which
it's like,
you-
wait, this makes so much more sense than watching like an anime like Dragon Ball Z, where they're talking about impossible fighting by shooting fireballs
not
and stuff.
real.
It's like, wait. You mean there was a boxer, a real fucking boxer, who would punch so straight, perfectly straight, that you could not judge the distance of his fist from your face because you could not see his arm behind his fist. He'd punch you right in the face, and he would do that to feint. He would pull right in front of it. And you could, that's nuts. That's so fucking nuts.
And you learned a lot from this anime.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
I love shout out Hajime no Ippo. I think maybe my favorite anime. I've watched
yeah.
through it like 4 fucking times now.
It's not
So
Mob
you're
Psycho.
It is Mob Psycho.
Okay, go
we
ahead.
need an anime about physicists.
Yeah.
Or
No, instead we got
you know what I
fucking
mean?
Dr. Stone.
No, not Dr.
Fucking
Stone.
Dr. Stone,
Not Dr.
bro.
Stone.
Yeah, I want to use anime just if anime should replace like classrooms.
Yeah,
And more
why
teaching
not?
people.
Yeah,
No,
we'll do gotcha games.
They have
all
the
that
new
good
one,
stuff.
bro. They've got the geology one about rocks.
Really?
Ruri Rocks, I think
Really?
it's called. Yeah.
Okay,
That
so
sounds
they're,
so cool.
they're up
Yeah,
on this.
you'll love
concept.
this,
They've been doing
guys.
this for ages.
Ruri Rocks, I think it's called.
I didn't like the basketball one because they didn't,
Yeah, like
autistically explain to me the nuances of basketball and the same
as
way
long
that
as she
Haikyuu
has
did,
enormous breasts, we can have the anime you want.
That is such a funny design.
But it is.
And she's like smashing rocks?
It's about she's a geologist.
Okay.
Cool. That
That's
is
the
cool.
whole
That's
thing.
neat.
Also, she's got giant boobs. This is part of it.
That's also a plus.
This is
Could
anime.
be worse.
These are all good things that you're naming.
I think anime is a lot better now than it ever was when I was a kid.
I gotta agree.
I will say the peaks of anime when you were a kid were better than the peaks now. I would argue.
Really?
I think like Trigun, and I don't call
Love
it an
Trigun.
anime, but Cowboy Bebop. We'll get into it later on a different episode. But these things, these are like top tier. Trigun's one of the most loved forever.
Still haven't watched it. I really need to.
You haven't watched Trigun?
Yeah.
You'll probably not like it as much, I'm sure.
Because I gotta be a miserable nonconformist.
Oh, you're gonna not like it on purpose.
I don't do anything
not
on
do
purpose.
that.
It just happens.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't do. He just finds a thing that gets him the entire time, and he can't get it out of his head.
Oh my god, yeah.
But these are like I think those peaks are better than like the peaks now. Also, all the stories are shorter, which is much better.
Yeah.
Because I fucking hate how long. Like I hate how long Jujutsu Kaisen's story is, and I think Jujutsu Kaisen's the show is great until it isn't eventually, which will be in a few years.
I haven't watched it.
That's okay.
I like it a lot. I recommend it.
It's really good. You'll probably enjoy it.
I don't really. I have not watching any shows. I'm not watching any movies. I'm not playing any games.
You're actually out there making shit,
Yeah.
dude.
Like,
You're creating.
well, at home, I got like the PlayStation. Like once in a while, I'll play it, but like, I got the kids. Now Rachel's like, she's hooked on Silk Song.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like she'll just do it all day. And yeah, the kids are using it. Or,
She's not gonna listen to this episode, is she?
she probably will.
Okay, she probably will.
Ben was about to talk
Do I
mad
send her a
shit.
message?
I was just thinking, I'm like, okay, she's been playing it a lot,
Yeah.
and I quit weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, she's literally right where I was when I quit.
Yeah.
Literally right there.
That's
Yeah.
because she's been actually really enjoying every part up into that. I bet.
She must be really fucking.
I don't know
enjoying
if you-
every single corner, every nook and cranny.
That's
every
exactly
little
it.
detail.
I don't know if you watched her play, but she's like that could be a secret wall, and it's like literally everywhere. So it's just like
That's pretty
checking
cool.
And
The thing is,
Double
that's
checking.
how I play, and when the game is too big, like I feel like Silk Song might be for me. It's like this is where it becomes tedious. It's my own fault. It's my own way of playing.
yeah.
But like I can't handle like checking every single wall and never finding the secrets because it's just there's too many walls to check. Like statistically,
Yeah.
you're
Just yeah. I get it. I think I get it because you want to kind of be a completionist with it whilst still enjoying playing the damn thing.
I've been playing Absalom, and then I've been playing all the demos I played.
Mhm.
And there's a bunch that are coming out that I'm really excited for.
I would. So you can get demos. This is the Steam thing.
Steam Next Fest, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna check that out.
I don't think it's currently going on, but next time it is going on, I'll make sure to let you know.
Oh wait, I can't get the demos.
It depends. So some of
Okay.
them either they release the game and they take the demo off. Some of them just take the demo off, and I really don't understand why you would do that as a game developer.
well, okay.
It
So
doesn't make any sense to me.
back in the day, because demos were a thing that existed, and then they went away, and there weren't game demos for years.
demo
It
disc.
felt like.
Yeah,
And I remember watching a game developer explain this. He was like, well, game demos hurt sales. Like,
Okay.
most of the time, like, people who play demos try out the game, and if they liked it, they probably were always going to get the game anyway. But the demos basically tell the people who might not like it that they definitely won't like it, and then they lose the sales. And, like, that sucks, because, like, that's the point of the demo, is exactly so I can see if I like it or not, and whether or not I want to buy it.
So there's basically like a very small fraction of people, according to this person,
According to
that
then.
that don't really know much about the game.
Who buy it sight unseen, and then
Right.
they try it and they go, I don't like it.
No, but there's a small section. There's a very small section, insignificant maybe, that try it and they're like, "Oh, I will buy this." It has converted them into a customer.
The people who are converted into customers,
Okay.
that percentage of people tends to be much smaller than the people who decide not to buy. because
I
of the
love
demo.
a demo.
And
I just
the thing
love
is
a demo.
that like I feel like that must have been proven to be untrue at some
I
point.
have
because
to push
now
back on
demos are
that.
back on
Yeah.
thing.
I have to push back on that primarily because if we're doing Steam,
Yeah.
if you don't have 2 hours in it, you can return it.
Well,
Yeah.
back then the Steam
Okay.
did not have a return policy. Like I'm talking about a video from ages.
Yeah,
ago.
sure, but I'm talking about now. I don't
Yeah.
care about
Well, now-
years ago.
Now demos are back.
Yeah.
Like, there's demos on
Okay.
Nintendo Switch. There's demos on Steam. Demos are a thing again, and I'm really happy for it personally.
And I think
I don't
yeah.
remember them not being a thing.
Well, there was like a period from like I want to say I don't remember when demos stopped being the first time, but for most of my childhood, they just weren't really a thing. Like I didn't have any method of playing a demo. I also like even when I got to the PS3, there was like a couple. There were occasional.
That entire generation was demoless.
I would say
I was playing. That was my favorite thing to do on Xbox 360 Live Arcade. I'm just throwing.
I was gonna say Live Arcade is the one major exception because Live
Okay.
Arcade was where the indie games went. That's where the
Yeah.
first ones went.
Okay.
And the other one would be if you count betas as demos, because that was the era for betas. Every multiplayer game started with a beta.
Yeah.
I played Battlefield 3 beta. I played Rainbow Six Siege the beta first. I did all these beta originally before the actual game came out, and that was for like a test thing they claimed. That definitely hurt sales though, because I played the Battlefield 6 beta more recently, and I have not purchased Battlefield 6.
Oh wow.
And I like Battlefield.
Oh no. Like you're like a fan of the franchise.
Yeah, and I think the game's good. I just don't feel like purchasing it for $70 right now.
Oh.
Yeah,
that's fair.
especially just fuck EA right now.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
always fuck EA, but fuck them right now especially. Let's just not give them money when you don't need to.
But there's a game that I'm so excited for, and I really need more people to try mystery games. It's
Mystery
called
games?
like Return to the Obra Dinn, which is like one of the
Oh,
best
I
games
really,
that exist.
really dig how
I
that
would
game
say
looks.
out of all
The
the games
playing
I've
it-
neglected
Okay.
playing,
It's
Return of the
so
Obra
good.
Dinn is the biggest, like, I am ashamed of myself for not just trying it.
It's
You
so
haven't tried it
I,
either?
just,
It's so
I need
good.
to try it because it's such an interesting premise. It's like I need to just experience it just so I can see what it's like.
Yeah.
I mean, so many games, all I want to do is just try it out, and I bought a lot of games just for that alone.
I've been trying to get Nathan to fucking play it, and he was like, he has a policy for him where he doesn't buy a game, generally speaking, it's like 40% less or something like that. And I'm like, it's at like 30% right now or something on Steam, and I'm like, buy it. It's worth it. You will be mad that you didn't buy it earlier.
That's a hard 40 though.
Yeah, it's not. I guess I don't know. I think he's just dumb.
I think he is.
Return
Or he
to the
doesn't wanna
Obra
play
Dinn, he definitely wants to play it.
Okay,
I know
yeah.
him.
Okay.
The Root Trees Are Dead is another one, and the one that I played the demo of, and I stopped before I finished the demo because I was so into the game, was called the Seance at Black Manor. It's not like the other two, because in Return of the Obra Dinn, it's actually a first-person game that's fully black and white, and you go onto a ship and you figure out, you get a scene, you see a thing that happened where people die, and you have to figure out who killed who, what happened, and you go through what you can see and what you can't, and try to identify.
This is Obra Dinn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is
Have
the
you seen
game.
footage of it before?
I am absolutely blown away by like the dithering technique that happens
Yeah,
with
the
the
art.
pixel
Oh,
art,
so
and
cool.
it's. I'm like, I want to try to make a shader like that.
It's one of the prettiest games, I would say.
Right.
It's just so unique and interesting. The Root Trees Are Dead is kind of the same thing, but instead of you being a 3D model, or a first-person perspective on a ship, you are playing in a 90s version of the internet, and you have a computer, and you have 90s internet, so you
Yeah.
have to like figure out which websites to go to that tell you which people are related to who and how you identify this gene tree
Yeah.
down. And it's also really fun, and then there's also like a DLC afterwards where you can do even more stuff.
I'm
That's
into this
free.
one. This is
It's
cool.
so cool.
This is cool.
And then the one that I'm excited for, and I'll have more next week. I'm gonna rate a whole thing for all the ones I recommend. But the one that I'm really excited for that comes out on the 27th is called the Seance of Black Manor. This one is another first-person one, but it's way more like an adventure game. It plays like that kind of where you walk into a room and you go like, all right, I know I need to find out why this person left. Here's the information that would be in this room, so I have to get to that room. That room is not openable until I get to this other room and do this other thing, and I have to go in there, find this letter that they found, read the letter, and go, okay, this signature doesn't match this signature, so it's not there. It's forged. And it's a whole game with
Yeah.
like 50 characters where
Yeah.
each of them is going to have like their own sub mysteries. I'm so excited.
So I get the sense that you've always been into mysteries from a young age.
I didn't know.
You didn't know. You're
It's
like,
one of
you mentioned the
those
Sherlock Holmes thing.
It's like I didn't know I was into heists until I'm like, okay, every single heist movie I've ever watched, I fucking adored. So I guess
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
just like heists.
Steven Soderbergh's your favorite director.
I guess he is now. Have you ever played the Phoenix Wright games?
Yes, I did play the Phoenix Wright games. I played the first one, and I really enjoyed the first one. I played the second one. I thought the second one was pretty good, and I hated the third one.
Yep.
Hmm.
Because here's what happens. I'll explain to Max real quick.
Okay.
First one, You have a case you have to solve. It's the same concept. It's an adventure game. You go and you find the mysteries. You got to find the evidence and correlate the evidence to who did it.
Yeah, it is literally point and click, find the clues, they get added to your inventory, just like you would be playing an adventure game, picking up items and stuff.
And then you do the actual like court scene where you're in court and you have to like correlate this evidence and you have to build your case, and it's cool.
The reason why it's so good is because Capcom just did their scripts are so fucking funny. They're so well written. The music is fantastic. The storytelling is so excellently paced. You get so sucked into those courtroom scenes.
Yes,
I like their character design a lot.
The character design's great.
Love it.
The second one was kind of more of the same, but it started to be a little bit more complex in a ways that was kind of confusing and weird. And then you started to see kind of cracks when you got to the court scenes, because you'd be like, it was this, then that, then this, and then you'd go, wait, no, it wasn't this. And the game would go, you were wrong here. And you're like, what do you mean I'm wrong here? This is I figured it out. This is the next thing. And it's like, no, you got to do this thing before that thing.
Yeah, they start really, really leaning on those scripted moments where it's like, okay, you actually can't solve this yourself. You got to like fail until
That
you run out
sucks.
of lives,
Illusion
and then
broken.
they save you. Well, as a storytelling moment,
Yeah.
like especially in that first game, in that last case, I'm not going to spoil it, but damn, dude, like some of the revelations in that last case when you think that you can't solve the mystery, and then at the last second they pull you out.
And then there's the
storytelling.
third game.
Well, I played the third game before the second, and I actually think I like the third a little bit more than the second, but I think all the Phoenix Wright games besides the first are significantly worse.
Really?
I hate the third game because the third game, I would solve the fucking problem.
Yeah.
I would get to court. I would go, it's this, then this, then this. And you go, no, you're wrong. And I go, what do you mean I'm wrong? I know that I'm correct.
Yeah.
How could I And then I look up a guide, and it's like, no, you just presented this evidence the wrong way.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like things where it's like
It's all you did wrong.
you're
Was
not,
you
you're
have,
not following the script that they wrote.
and
for
it's
you.
like, fuck you. I did it right.
At a certain point, my relationship with the games were like, as long as the actual mysteries themselves are cool, that's all I care about. I don't care about the gameplay anymore.
So was the first game less restrictive, or were the mysteries
The mysteries were simpler.
harder to
The
solve?
mysteries were much simpler.
In the first game, yeah. They were much simpler.
And-
that was all.
Okay.
And if I were to actually criticize
Okay,
it a bit,
I get it.
The first game, the way it was, like a lot of those cases were pretty jank. Like in particular, the third one, I remember there's this sequence where you just have to go back and forth across a studio lot and collect trading cards to give to like this kid.
Yeah,
and it
something
is
like that.
literally just walking back and forth between two spots that are 3 rooms away from one another, talking to like the same NPCs back and forth. It's like there's a lot of stuff like that in the first game where the sequels improved upon it, but you were never playing Phoenix Wright for the adventure game gameplay. You were playing it for the mysteries because they are genuinely exciting, well-written mysteries, you know?
Got it.
We also played the Sherlock Holmes board game.
How was that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Save that. We'll bring that one in. And we'll save
Okay,
that.
yeah. Sorry.
There's a board game called Sherlock Holmes Consulting Detective.
Okay.
And it is literally just a you have to solve a mystery kind of thing, and solving the mystery is fun. Playing the game by its rules and its scoring system is not very fun.
No.
Okay.
Because they're fucking unfair. you have to
Really?
at the end when you finally solve it, you like track the number of steps, like number of locations that you went to,
Yeah.
and like you compare that to Sherlock Holmes's score of him
Really?
doing it, him
Against the
solving
big guy.
mystery. And of course, he always has like the minimum number of steps you need in order
Yes.
to actually get the information
Okay.
to solve the mystery.
Yeah.
Except sometimes it's actually less than the minimum because it's fucking bullshit.
He's
And
cheating.
like, just don't even try. Don't compare yourself to Sherlock Holmes. It's not fair. It's not
Why
fun.
would they make you compare yourself to him?
Well, because there isn't a scoring system.
Yeah, there wouldn't be
otherwise.
otherwise. And
okay.
There
they-
isn't
they
any way to
got
like
off.
say that you did this a better job than other. Otherwise, it wouldn't be a board game. It would just be a choose your own adventure book.
It'd be kind of cool to beat him, but if you're saying it's like if he's
Well,
cheating,
you just
He's
can't.
cheating. Sherlock Holmes is cheating.
He's cheating. Also, even if you did like the actual minimum, which is which I should clarify, is impossible for you as a person.
Okay.
Oh
Like
my God.
you just can't.
Okay.
Even if you did, it's still you're matching him. You're not beating him.
Hey, how
Got
much
it.
time do we have left?
Very little. Why?
Because it's a Halloween episode, we haven't talked about like any spooky stuff, any games, any.
Do you guys have
movies to
ghost
recommend.
stories?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't.
Maybe I could talk about I went to my time at an anime convention where where I went to a Ghost Stories event.
Hold on, I know the story. Yes, tell it, please.
Please.
Okay, so I love Ghost Stories. I think they're really cool, and like, the you get the scary moment, sometimes a jump scare, all that. And I'm at this anime event, up at Penn State Barron, where my brother and friends were going to school. And we're just reading the itinerary, what's going on. We went to a few different things, but then there's a Ghost Stories thing. I'm like, this is cool. This is interesting. Can't wait to hear some spooky stories. And I get in there, and like the vibes like immediately like really uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
And like I figure out that everybody's telling personal stories of ghosts.
Okay.
And like everybody's taking it like really, 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 really seriously. And pretty much everybody that speaks starts their story with, ever since I was little, I knew I was different. Or like, my grandma always said I had a gift for seeing. And I'm like, I have to leave. And like, I don't want to be rude. And I was trapped in there for a minute until I forced myself to leave.
I specifically remember because you were in there already, and whoever I was with, I don't remember who I was with, but I remember like showing up, and we walked in, and they were like halfway through a story, and you were in there, and like, I need to get out. Let's go.
It's not a good vibe.
Like, this is not like you don't want to be here. It's like, well, like, should we like let's stay for one story? And you're like, no, we're not staying for this. It was, in a word, cringe.
Cringe.
It's embarrassing.
It's not what it was for me. I couldn't take it seriously.
Yeah.
Ghost
Stories are supposed to be fun.
I'm not and I
I've
felt
never been
bad.
able to
I felt
take
like I
it.
didn't belong in the room. Like if I was gonna be in there, I would want to be sincere. I didn't want to listen to somebody's personal story that they really believed in, and then be like, yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
Like, you're saying a lie right now. I think you're lying. Yeah.
You
I
could
love
have.
schoolyard lies.
It would have been.
That's true.
It would have been much more fun if you'd stood up and gone, "Nah, I don't believe you," and then left.
Nah. Yeah.
I have one ghost story, but it's the most boring shit on the planet.
Okay.
One time, me and my entire family were sitting in our living room, and we heard somebody go up the steps, even though we were all in the living room, and that's the story.
Hell yeah.
I mean, that's kind of creepy.
Yeah, it was fucking creepy as hell, and we all heard it. We all went up and investigated, and we couldn't find anything indicating a human being was up upstairs. No idea what the fuck happened.
My go-to, I just stole from Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, and it's the girl with the ribbon around her neck. And
Oh yeah.
yeah, everyone remembers that one. So
Do you know that?
No.
Like, you never heard it? Okay, so there's this girl, and she's got like this ribbon around her neck, and she always is wearing this ribbon. Everyone's like, sees her with the ribbon around her neck. It's like, what's the deal with the ribbon? You're always wearing the ribbon. And like, you ever take that thing off? And she's like, don't touch my ribbon. And like, she would get bullied by like other girls at school who would like try to take the ribbon off. And she would always freak the fuck out whenever anyone would try to take her ribbon off. So at one night during a sleepover, they snuck up while she was sleeping, and they took the ribbon off her while she was sleeping, and her head rolled right off her body, and her eyes opened, and she said, "That's why I told you never to take the ribbon off."
Yes. The revenge scare.
The revenge scare.
Yeah. Don't bully me. I'll
Yeah.
scare you with my decapitated head.
I did want to do more Halloween stuff for this episode, but there wasn't much I could really think about.
Well, I said I was going to play through Night Manor, the UFO.
Oh, yeah,
50.
you did.
I didn't play it.
Okay.
I wanted to play more like spooky games, like even if it's just Ghosts and Goblins, even if it's just Dark Souls.
Yeah,
you know?
yes.
But I didn't really play anything because I don't fucking have time.
You got time.
I had an
Before
idea.
Halloween.
I got time before Halloween, but don't have time for the next podcast. I don't think.
I had an idea of what if I did like a Halloween micro one shot that I just made up and we played in Nave.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I
that's
thought that'd
cool.
be kind of cool, but I didn't want to take over your topic because I wanted you to be able to do that, and I knew that that would have to be. It's not going to be scripted, but it would be no time for this thing. I'd have to plan a lot for that. And then I got like sick during the week, and I was not able to function on a regular level.
Gotcha.
It's a shame. Well, you should find people who haven't played it yet, and you should run tricks and treats for them.
I could potentially try. I was going to wait for Alex to actually make it because I don't know what he has from the DM side at this stage. I could ask, but we'll see.
I bet Jake and Will would like it.
I was just gonna do like a really quick, easy thing in Nave because I figured everyone can play Nave in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll do that for another time.
It's great. You mean like on the show?
Yeah, that was the plan.
That'd be awesome.
Wait, play on the show.
We would play here
Yeah.
now. We'd be playing
Yeah.
instead of doing the regular show.
Okay, you're gonna
I'm
get our
for this.
listeners' hopes up, man.
Well, I mean,
And we're just
Thanksgiving's
gonna
coming.
become- I don't want this to turn into one of those RPG podcasts.
Why not?
It definitely would not be that. It would only be on holidays.
What's wrong with RPG podcasts? I don't know.
I don't. There's nothing wrong with them, but we don't play. We don't like them.
You don't mess with them.
I don't like them.
I think a one-off is cool though.
Yeah, that'd be the idea. It'd just be a one-off, and it'd be like literally 2 to 3 people max. There's almost no mistake in there.
All right, well, the next one's Thanksgiving, I guess. So get your Thanksgiving adventure ready for
The
us.
Great Turkey Hunt.
You're gonna be
Yeah.
our guest. You're gonna be our guest on our Thanksgiving episode.
Should I dress like a turkey or I'll be a pilgrim
Are we gonna have to dress up for Thanksgiving?
We don't have.
buckle?
We don't have to dress up for Thanksgiving.
on my hat?
You don't have to.
You have to bring food though.
If you do,
I can bring food.
you don't gotta do that either.
That's what you do on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna make anyone bring food.
What are you making?
Mac and cheese.
We're the hosts,
yeah.
Ben. If we do it, we have to bring the food.
Yeah, I no longer have any association with the studio.
We'll have an entire
So I'm not the host.
banquet set up on the table, mashed potatoes and gravy, whole turkey. Right. in the
It'll
middle.
all
We can
be
eat it the
fake.
entire
I'm
time while
gonna
we're
bring a
recording.
fucking cornucopia.
It's
Also,
What's that when you hate the sound of chewing and stuff like that?
I don't know the name. I just know that
It's gonna be the worst episode of all time. for those
we'd be
people.
doing a
Or
mukbang.
a flip side, ASMR.
We'd be doing a mukbang.
Does anyone think?
Yeah, mukbang.
A muck.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Which is why we're not doing it.
Yeah.
All right, we gotta get the crunk out of here. It's time. It's getting there.
This was a fun episode to record.
Cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so glad that you joined us, Max. Thank you.
I had a great time.
Yeah,
I
thank
hope
you.
you listeners had a good time.
Thank you for the whole part where you made this work.
Yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
fixing
for
our
sure.
technical problems one last time.
Yeah.
Well, one
That
last
feels
time.
like I'm
If
gonna
you-
like die or something.
No, I was gonna say if you ever appear on as a guest again, you're probably gonna end up doing it then. But
Hey, if you're in a bind, give me a call.
Maybe I'll just learn more. Who knows? We're on Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify.
YouTube, obviously, that's where most people,
Yes,
watch our
yeah.
stuff.
But like some people will listen. Hi, Elijah. Thanks for listening, bud. give me a thumbs up at work, and I'll forget that I said this.
Actually, give us a thumbs up on Spotify.
Oh yeah, that. I think he
Also,
does.
Yeah, give us a like on YouTube and maybe do a comment. It helps us in the algorithm.
Mac,
That-
do you have
is that
anything
a
to shout out,
sufficient
Max?
call of action.
What should I shout out?
Yeah, shout
Shout
You
out.
can just shout out a different channel if you just like it.
Wait,
We're always talking about other YouTube channels. It's like, why aren't you watching a Folding Ideas video instead of this?
Shout out to Mara, who's got like this crazy, cool taste in art and video games and movies, and I dig their channel. I don't know.
Can you send me it so I can put in the link?
For sure.
And shout out to all of those various programs like RPGMaker that help get kids into creative activities like game development.
RPG
Shout out-
Maker.
Shout out to Eric. Eric, we miss you, buddy. Haven't
Yeah.
gotten to see Eric in real life in a minute.
I feel
Hi,
like he
Eric.
was our #1 fan, and then Alex just kind of stamped him out.
Oh man,
He's
fans
the
are
OG
fighting.
fan.
The
Oh,
OG
okay.
fan. The first person to give us feedback. I mean, Alex was listening from the start.
Bye, listeners. Bye, viewers. Say bye,
You
everybody.
gotta cut
Safe
me off, I'm gonna
travels.
ramble forever.
You're gonna keep
Happy
rambling.
Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.